How we doing? You ready for another Mega GM? A Mega GM. That's my plans, at least, for today. Monday, July 31st. Back with another market update. And I promise today, this morning at least, I'm really trying to keep this short. We'll see how that goes. Quick peek at the indexes. The Forecast 500. We'll go through the individual blockchain composites. Get a quick refresh in here, make sure we're live. Yeah, here we go. Forecast 500 NFT index is down 1.19%. The Ethereum composite, focused just on the Ethereum ecosystem, also down but nearly flat. It's down 0.17%. Solana up 0.06%. Pretty darn flat, so we'll call that flat. Polygon down 0.43%. And Cardano. What are you doing to me, Cardano? They've had such a great month, outperforming every other blockchain. But today, down 2.28%. I mentioned yesterday, I really do want to dive into the Cardano ecosystem and just wrap my head around what's going on over there, because clearly something is happening when you have such a swing where other blockchains are down in 30 days double digits, but Cardano, on the other hand, the only one in the green. So there is something happening there that is worth exploring, and I'll certainly be doing that, and I will share my findings with you. Let's peek at the top collections for today, for the past 24 hours, top blockchains, and we'll even get into the top collectible sales. In the number one spot, Immutable X's Gods Unchained. This is, I've talked about it before, this is the Epic Game Store Gods Unchained NFT game. It's pretty great. It's like Magic the Gathering. Has a mainstream audience now with such a big platform. Their sales are up 37% from the day before, so looking pretty strong. Bored Ape Yacht Club in the number 2 spot, $941,000 in sales. D-Market, number 3, almost even from the previous 24 hours. Mutant Ape Yacht Club, number 4, with $488,000 in sales. Sorare, number 5, with $417,000 in sales. Sorare announced just today, could have been yesterday, but we'll just say it was recent, they're now accepting fiat payments, which, perfect. For a platform that has such mass appeal with their Major League Baseball and their soccer fantasy sports, having fiat payments certainly helps bring in those masses. So great move on their part. Number 6, you have the CryptoPunks. Only 3 sales, but that's $408,000 in secondary action. Again, it doesn't take much with a collection of their significance with such high prices to really impact the leaderboard, and you see that again here. DeGods at number 7, $388,000 in sales. Art Blocks, $242,000. Not bad. Azuki at number 9 with $234,000 in sales, and AI World Node again cracking the top 10. This is the AI ecosystem. I don't know if it's an incubator program or what. I still have got to wrap my head around what's going on over there, but essentially you're buying nodes to process transactions on this AI platform, and you're rewarded for those nodes. So definitely keep an eye on that. It's doing numbers for Binance, and I've mentioned before, I just love to see other blockchains have an impact on the broader NFT market. Top blockchains, you have Ethereum with 11 mil in sales in the past 24 hours. Immutable X, driven really by Gods Unchained, is at the number 2 spot, just over $1 million in sales. Solana at number 3, $983,000 in sales. Polygon at 4, $838,000 in the past 24 hours. Mythos, those are those D-Market gaming skins in the 5 spot with $831,000 in sales. Binance, it's fallen to the 6th spot, $742,000 in sales. Bitcoin, again, just kind of stuck at the bottom there. In the 7th spot, $500,000 in sales. Down 25% from just the day before. Bitcoin, you're breaking my heart. Cardano at number 8, $229,000 in sales. Flow at 9, $149,000 in sales. And Arbitrum at that 10 spot, $57,000. down 68% from the previous 24 hours. Arbitrum's a cool ecosystem, though. It's a great layer 2. Definitely worth checking out. That is a growing ecosystem. Games are being built on that platform, including Pixelvault's new GG protocol. Not a lot of details on that yet, but they did announce that that will be taking place on Arbitrum, so certainly worth some attention. Top collectible sales, first thing I want to draw your attention to is the marketplaces these sales are taking place on. It wasn't long ago where OpenSea was the primary place for sales, and those days are gone. Most of these sales, and you can see from the icon on the left, are taking place elsewhere. These CryptoPunks are selling on the CryptoPunks Larva Labs marketplace. This icon right here, the marketplace called X2Y2, and we do see a few sales taking place there. Here's maybe our only OpenSea sale in the top 10. We'll scroll over and see. But we have an OpenSea sale, a Blur sale, more X2Y2. Just signs of a growing ecosystem. Very healthy, very good for the space. We're going to browse through these sales real quick, just get an idea of what traded and why. Okay. That number one sale, CryptoPunk 5426. Really clean, 2-trait CryptoPunk. Last sold 2 months ago for $102,000. That was 54 ETH. Today, sold at a profit, $139,000. That was 75 ETH. CryptoPunk 141 with the 3D glasses. Very popular trait. Last sold a year ago for $107,000. That was 105 ETH. And now sold for $138,000. That's 74 ETH. So they took a hit in ETH value. Interesting. But USD value, they're actually up. Interesting trade. Now, if you're bullish on Ethereum and you believe, like I do, that Ethereum will one day be $10,000, maybe more, you have to question if that really was a good trade. Personally, I know a lot of people stacking ETH. I would be doing the same. So in that regard, they took a loss on this trade. CryptoPunk 8278. Looks like it could be me. In fact, at one point I owned a V1 Punk, and it had, I think the purple hat, it definitely had those VR glasses, which is one of my absolute favorite traits. I'm going to move over to this side here. Last sold a year ago for 90 ETH. That was $263,000. This was sold at a loss today. Someone needing liquidity, most likely. $130,000 sale for 70 ETH. So they lost 20 ETH on this trade. And they lost over $100,000. Lost almost half the value here. Interesting. Mizuki 344. This is one of the more rare NFTs from the collection, it seems. It's a spirit. Not many of them. 97 spirits out of the 10,000 edition collection. Last sold a year ago for 80 ETH, or wrapped ETH. That was $187,000. They took a loss on this trade. $120,000 they made, and 65 ETH. So both ways you look at it, this was sold at a loss. Bored Ape 8886 with that rainbow grill. Pretty darn cool, honestly. This one is interesting. It's traded hands a few times in the past few hours here. Could be a wash. I'm going to look a little deeper into this, but paid for with 8coin just earlier today. $57,000, then sold again for $106,000. That was 57 wrapped ETH, and then sold again for $115,000 and 62 ETH. Yeah, I need to dive in and see what exactly happened there. Could be legit. We'll see. Bored Ape 1751 also traded a decent amount recently. About 2 weeks ago, it sold a couple of times at least. 6 days ago, sold again. And 3 days ago again. Each time, almost, I was going to say each time incrementally more, but that's not the case. 6 days ago was at a loss. There was another loss 3 days ago, very, very small. And then today, actually, some profit. 49 ETH for $91,000. This Blur ETH is... It's Ethereum that, in a way, is wrapped. It's the Blur platform's version of Ethereum. I think you put your Ethereum into a pool for yourself and you can spend it, but it's called Blur ETH over there. I don't use the platform. I could have that a little wrong, but that is the general idea of what that Blur ETH is. Bored Ape 4392. Also sold a couple times today. Earlier this morning, 42 ETH at $78,000, and then again 8 hours ago, $80,000 at 43 ETH. Small profit. Profit's profit. 1 ETH is almost $2,000. That is definitely profit, and people are absolutely, in this market especially, willing to trade for those smaller gains. Be nice to be in a position to call 1 ETH smaller gains, though, wouldn't it? Captain 7607. This looks like it's unrevealed, but I don't know if it actually is. But this sold today for $59,000 or 31 ETH. That must mean it has some rare attributes. I'm guessing it's not actually unrevealed and that there is something rare about this NFT. 6 months ago, it also traded for a good amount, right? So this is not your floor captains. Those are closer to, I want to say 3 to 5 ETH, not 16 to 31. So this does seem like a more special piece in that collection. Bored Ape. Oh, we did this one already. We can skip that. Noun 761. These are awesome. Nouns are minted over time, right? The whole collection didn't come out. I think the community votes on certain traits to mint or certain NFTs that they do want to see minted. This was first minted a year ago. I have that pulled up somewhere. I may have lost my tab. But it was just a tweet showing when this NFT was actually born. This is its first ever secondary sale. And you can see 8 hours ago, it sold for 30 ETH, which is $57,000. Not too shabby. We're going to take a look at the Ethereum blockchain and trading. I had mentioned yesterday we were on track for one of the slower days of the past year at least, and we actually had a stronger finish. Definitely at least outpacing the past few days. Just over 7 million in trading action on Ethereum yesterday. Unique sellers, unique buyers, total transactions. Well, all up other than sellers. Sellers was down a little bit, but buyers was actually up, total transactions up. And the only thing surprising about that for me was just Sundays are typically so slow. So I was thinking that we were going to have one of the slower days of the year. Still was, right? It still was pretty darn slow, but not as drastic as it maybe could have been. So maybe it's a sign that things are turning around. Probably not likely. It's just certain days are up just naturally. It just happens. Now looking at global sales. This is cross-chain. This is all of the blockchains compiled together. First, let's go into weekly because yesterday was the cap of the previous week. 86 million in sales. I mentioned on yesterday's stream that was the lowest since June 2021. At least it was on track to be that. And it did finish that way. The lowest week of sales that we've seen since June 2021, which is pretty remarkable. Again, knowing that we're heading into the slowest time of the year, the last 6 months of the year are typically very slow and prices come crashing down and volume comes crashing down. The only thing noteworthy about this, or maybe the silver lining, is a stat. Comparing June 2021 to what we're seeing here for this past week. Let me see if I can get these lined up enough to see. Sales. I think I brought the wrong metric here to show you. Hang on. We need to find June. Okay, let's pull that number here. I think I grabbed Ethereum numbers here before, which actually the same story you'll see play out over there. The story of comparing last week's sales to June from 2021, and you'll see that, yes, while sales are down significantly, buyers, sellers, traders are up. And that does matter. That does show growth. Okay, working our way here. Here we have it. Sales last week, 86 mil. Have to go all the way back to June 21st to find something lower. It was 75 mil, almost 76 mil. Now here's what I'm really looking at. Sellers. We had 343,000 unique sellers last week. Compared to that previous time, again, the last time you go back to see sales that low, 150,000 sellers. Buyers, same story. 237,000 last week versus 84,000 then. Total transactions, same thing. All of these are what? 3-4 times higher now. And what does that mean? It means we are growing. Maybe not in sales, but in participants. People actively here buying, selling, trading. One other metric I think actually does stand out. We'll see if I can get this on screen here. Take a look at supply. 2 billion. Is that right? 2 billion. 2 billion NFTs in the NFT ecosystem. Now we're going to go back to June. Is that us right here? Yes. 2 million. 2.5 mil. That shows the growth that we're experiencing in the NFT space right here. Our supply is at a 10x. I'm so bad with numbers, honestly. 10x. 100x. I don't know. It's a big number that we've grown. Supply is up. Buyers is up. Sellers is up. Total transactions is up. While sales aren't, it's not the only metric for growth. So we are on the right track. We are on a path towards adoption. That comes when prices are more realistic. And that's what we're heading towards. More realistic prices. Greater supply, greater volume, lower prices. These are the indicators that you need to see in order for this space to grow into what we think it will be, which is NFTs everywhere. Everything online tokenized. Everything preserved. Its provenance. Kept on these public ledgers that you can keep track of. You know who owns it. You know when they bought it, at what price. You know what's real and you know what's fake. And that's the beauty of NFTs. And that is certainly what we see growing even in this bear market. So you love to see it. Some quick news. Today, National Orgasm Day. I don't make the rules. Cosmetic brand NARS. I think is that right? I don't know this stuff. But releasing an NFT, an art collection on Super Rare. These are AR enabled somehow. I don't know if you're going to be able to hang a picture up on your wall and view it through some glasses, or maybe with your phone with an app you can see it on the wall. I'm not really sure here. Could be that you just look at it inside of an app on your phone and you can kind of spin the picture around. I've seen that before. But cool to see big brands coming in and selling high caliber, high quality art, I guess you could say. And Super Rare is just the biggest NFT art platform out there. So it's a pretty cool sale today going on there in support of National Orgasm Day. And finally, not today's news, but significant still, Proof, which is the company or brand behind Moonbirds. They release a series of art called Grails. You have artwork that's released. Holders can mint the artwork without knowing who the artist is ahead of time. Afterwards, the artist is revealed, and they've had such huge names. Matt Kane, very, very OG artist in the name, has created something like Gazers, which is a dynamic NFT that changes daily. It is generative art. Such a well-respected guy, pioneer of this space. He's done it before. Drifter Shoots, who takes these incredible photos where he's on the top of buildings looking down. They make you dizzy looking at them, but they're beautiful, artistically done. Gorgeous, gorgeous photos. Very expensive photos, and rightfully so. They're pretty wonderful. William Mapan, amazing generative artist, creator of Anti-Cyclones, really incredible collection of generative art. Grant Yoon, it's an AI artist. Death Beef, one of my absolute favorites, a pioneer in generative art, absolutely incredible artist, has done a piece for Grails before. Dmitry Sharniak, I'm terrible with names, but the creator of The Goose, of The Ringers, which we've heard all about recently. Recently sold at Christie's for a little over $6 million, that Goose NFT. And Claire Silver, also an AI artist who has just been making waves, especially this year. Claire has got a very, very bright future. You even had Larva Labs participating. I don't recall what Larva Labs made for the Grails collection, but Larva Labs is the creator of CryptoPunks and the creator of Autoglyphs, the first on-chain generative art. So really noteworthy collection. They have, and Snowfro, the creator of Art Blocks, the creator of the Chromie Squiggle NFT, which are pretty darn historic NFTs. Anyway, we have Series 4 coming out soon. August 11th, there'll be 20 new pieces of artwork. I think 1,000 editions total. Just over 1,000 editions total that collectors can purchase. And again, only after the purchase will you find out who the artist is of each piece. So artists are still to be announced. The artwork itself still to be revealed, but you can expect something pretty special here. Going back real quick to look at the Grails Series 3. Over $1 million in secondary action. It's a pretty major collection. Honestly, all of them are. They're very special pieces of artwork. The mechanics to buy them and collect them, also very fun. It's gamified in a way. So I love these mildly complicated art drops. They're a lot of fun, to be honest. So love to see that. I'll be watching to see who these new artists are, what the artwork is, but expect something pretty special to happen here. That is, I believe, our news today. I'll be back later on, probably this evening, with another end-of-day update. Still thinking of a time to do a live stream. Get a gathering, maybe, in chat. Maybe bring a guest on screen, too, to talk. There's always plenty of stories in Web3, so I'm sure we could have some fun doing that. But until then, have a great Monday. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you again soon.